You're meeting your friend for lunch and she's a few minutes late, and you immediately start worrying and imagining that something bad has happened to her. Maybe she's been in a car crash. You get told off at work for doing something wrong. Maybe you made a little mistake and now you're convinced you're going to get fired. Somebody walks past you that normally says hi to you and doesn't say hi, and you think, oh, they hate me. This kind of thinking is called catastrophizing. And this is where a person will always assume the worst possible outcome will occur. They imagine everything is going to turn out worse than it actually is. They magnify problems. Small problems become a huge thing in their heads. They exaggerate situations, making them seem worse than they actually are. They do a lot of fortune telling, predicting the future, and basing their worry and their anxiety and everything they do on the future that they're predicting. They jump to the worst possible conclusion for something in the future, like they have an interview. I'm going to fail, I'm not going to do well, I'm never going to get the job. That kind of thinking. This is an unhealthy thinking pattern. It's a negative thinking pattern, and it's a type of cognitive distortion. And the problem with this is that it creates high levels of anxiety. It's emotionally draining, and it can lead to depression, anxiety, overthinking, overwhelm, and it makes you really, really very miserable. So what do we do if we struggle with catastrophizing? First thing, you need to know that you're doing it. So that's the first thing, because the minute you're able to identify yourself doing it, then you can ask yourself some very important questions. And it's important to note here that this is really about thoughts. A lot of what I talk about is about how we think. And I say this over and over again, the way you think is going to affect everything else in your life. So this is really learning how to manage your thoughts. So what do? As soon as you identify that, oh, I'm doing it again, I'm, predicting the future, I'm assuming the worst will happen, ask yourself this question. What is the likelihood of this happening? If your friend is late for lunch, there are a lot of other reasons why she could be late. Think of some of those reasons. Instead of assuming the worst, look at the best possible outcome. It takes the same energy to assume the worst as it does to assume the best. The second thing you need to be doing is asking yourself, can I control this? Is there anything I can do about this? If there isn't anything you can do, then you need to detach from it. Change that narrative. The other thing is stop fortune telling, stop predicting the future. The future is unknown, and spending energy and time trying to predict the future is only going to make you unwell. And finally,